Good evening, everyone, and I appreciate everyone for coming today. We are going to speak today on what is House Bill 76. House Bill 76 was a bill that was introduced in the House by a Pennsylvania State Assemblyman. His name is Cox out of Reading. And primarily what it was designed to do was to eliminate the school property tax in the state of Pennsylvania. Now, you might think that's a great thing, and some will and some won't. And we're not going to touch on that right now. That's for our next topic. This topic, we're just going to introduce what the parameters are of the bill and some of the speaking points and how to navigate through looking into what the House bill is. So, here's the abstract from the state's website, okay? And primarily it's summarizing what I just explained to you as far as what the nuts and bolts of this bill is for the state of Pennsylvania. Okay? So what's the plan? Well, the plan is to eliminate the school property tax. Okay? And in order to do that, the schools are going to need revenue from somewhere else. So where is that revenue coming? Okay? That's the $64,000 question that's in front of our legislature now. Okay? And that's something that we'll delve into a little later. But some of the things now that aren't taxed, clothing isn't taxed, and the sales tax, of course, they're going to increase that percentage. And a few of the other items that now are not taxed are going to be taxed. Shoes aren't taxed, they're going to put a tax on that. So all those increased revenues and taxes are going to be collected at Harrisburg and kicked back to local school districts. Okay? That's the plan. Who will it benefit? Well, largely, the benefit is to the taxpayer. But inevitably, everybody pays taxes. Whether you own a home, whether you rent, you pay some sort of income or property tax. And that tax generates income for the school districts in order for them to provide a learning environment for our children. Okay? So who will benefit from the tax relief? Okay? In general, the taxpayer will be benefited. Okay? The biggest benefactor, according to the Pennsylvania Coalition of Taxpayer Associations, and that is a grassroots organization that started from the ground up to kind of get this passed in Congress, or in the House, Pennsylvania House. And their idea is that retiree who's on a fixed income and their property taxes are increasing every year, they don't have that income to pay that increase in their taxes. So they are inevitably being moved out of their homes. Okay? So that is where that comes from. How will the revenue be generated? We discussed that a little bit. The revenue is going to be generated through sales taxes and increase in the income tax and other taxes being levied on alcohol, cars. All those things are going to see an increase. So when you go to swipe your debit card, when you were paying 6% sales tax for certain items in the past, now you might pay 8 or 9%. And the drawback to that is that it goes to Harrisburg and then it's supposed to come back to, in our case, most of our cases were all from local Bristol Borough or Bristol Township here, and it's supposed to get kicked back to our local school districts, Bristol Borough, Bristol Township, and either it will or it won't, depending, and as anybody who's been around a while knows that, whenever you kick money back to Harrisburg, you don't get it back, okay? It stays in Harrisburg, okay? Pet projects would happen. So, we're not gonna touch on that right now, okay? So what's next for the state? Okay, the state is gonna send this bill, it's been through and it has been to a vote twice. And twice it was voted down. 2016, it reached both the House and the Senate. The House passed it, the Senate got to, it was a 50-50 split, and the Lieutenant Governor at the time, I think it was Jim Cawley, actually cast the deciding vote against, okay, which sent the bill back to committee. Okay, so that's what the thing is in a nutshell. So according to the Citizens' Voice of Wilkes-Barre, there was an article on February 20th in which State Rep Gerald Mullery from Newtown Township said that he feels, in his opinion, that this will eventually pass. And I might not disagree with him, but the caveat to that is it's going to take a long, long time to get that to pass. And the reason being is that we have to continually run it through and figure out where we are going to get our income from. So that's the biggest hurdle. That's the biggest stepping stone in order to get this bill passed. So where do we go from here? So where do we go from here? Okay, the next step is to get it through out of committee again and back to the House for a vote. From there, the vote will pass, hopefully, or will not pass. If it's passed in the House, then it goes to the Senate for a vote. And at that time, the senators will vote for it or vote it down. If it's passed, becomes law, then everyone will see a tax relief, maybe. And that will take us into our next topic. Thank you.